We have breaking news right now. The United States government has entered a shutdown. It is midnight on the East Coast, and what that means is that the government is not funded and is officially shut down. What this means for you is simple. Depending on how long this government shutdown lasts will depend on the effects that the American people face.
Well, hey, would you look at that? We got ourselves a government shutdown. Or as the White House puts it, the Democrat shutdown. It's the Democrats' fault that the government is shut down. But is it? Well, this guy once said, a shutdown falls on the president's lack of leadership. I mean, problems start from the top, and they have to get solved from the top. A shutdown means the president is weak. He said that in 2013. I think I agree.
Donald Trump and his administration are going to illegally fire 450 to 500,000 American citizens. Now, these are federal employees that they're going to attempt to fire because there's a government shutdown, and they say there's no funds to pay them.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like. And you all know Russell Vought. He's become very popular recently because he can trim the budget to a level that you couldn't do any other way. So they're taking a risk by having a shutdown because of the shutdown, we can do things medically and other ways, including benefits. We can cut large numbers of people out. We don't want to do that, but we don't want fraud, waste, and abuse. And, we're cutting that.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Philomena. If you're new on the channel, kindly subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the love and support that you have shown the channel. You guys are the real MVPs. So, guys, from last night up until now, my For You page has been flooded with videos of U.S. government shutdown. Yeah, so the U.S. government have shut down. And honestly, it's something I'm hearing for the very first time. And from the videos that I watched, I realized that it's not the first time it's happening. That's happened a couple of times. I had to go and read about all that. And in 2018, it happened under the first term of President Trump that lasted over 30 days. So it's not something that people will say it might last a few or it can go more days. You don't know. It is going to negatively impact on people's lives and will change people's lives drastically if it's not resolved quickly. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know so much about it, so I have put together some videos that will explain the situation better to your understanding. So from what I know is that it's because the Democrats and the Republicans couldn't come to a concession to pass the budget that will run the country. Yes, so as you watch the videos, guys, do not forget to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, and all credit goes to the owners of these videos.
Okay, guys, if you didn't know, today the government shut down. This is not a joke. Some of y'all are saying, Derek, how is this going to affect me? Okay, do you have a trip somewhere? Well, start expecting them to get delayed. WIC, which is the program for low-income mothers to feed their child, that might come to a halt. If you think I'm lying, look at this. WIC will last a couple days. But the fund that it has is only enough to support participants for a week. The judicial system, you got court or trial, you might sit in jail a little or a lot longer. Do you support your family with SNAP? If it goes longer than 30 days, we might have a problem. The longer this goes on, then start expecting this and other things to get worse. Now, some of y'all are like, wait, hold on. I got a flight coming up. Why is this happening? We're going to explain this with kitties. Okay, so basically Democrats and Republicans can't agree on a spending bill. And when they don't agree or they get into a kitty fight, people employed by the government don't get paid until this is solved. So they get put on this thing called a furlough. And that's when workers are temporarily suspended from work. And then there's some other employees that are called essentials. So basically they got to keep going to work and basically not get paid till it's solved. So what they end up doing is just calling off, because if they're not going to get paid, they're like, why am I coming? Hence your flights. There's a lot of government employees there, especially in TSA. Now, some people are saying, bruh, this ain't a big deal. It's only going to last a couple days. The problem with this is that if you guys look here, 1995 Clinton, 21 days. Obama, 2013, 16 days. Trump, 2018, 23 days. Wait, hold on. It was actually 35 days. Which means if we're looking at the trajectory of where this is headed, everything that I mentioned and possibly more could be at threat. This could be catastrophic. And y'all know what's crazy? All the members of Congress still get paid. What the So while y'all are getting this straightened out, only the people are taking a hit? I don't know if it's just me, but no, that. None of y'all should be getting paid. Y'all playing with our lives.
Yeah, so there are two sides of this story. Now, who do we believe? The Democrats are saying something else, and then the Republicans are saying something else. The Democrats are saying they want the Republicans to roll back the healthcare that they cut for many Americans.
Today is day one of the Republican shutdown. Republicans control the White House, the Senate, and the House. Democrats are here working on behalf of the American people. We're fighting to lower costs, cancel the cuts, and to save healthcare.
Whilst the Republicans are saying that no, the Democrats want them to include illegal immigrants in the healthcare.
To the American people who are watching, the reason your government is shut down at this very minute is because, despite the fact that the overwhelming majority of congressional Republicans and even a few moderate Democrats supported opening the government, the Chuck Schumer AOC wing of the Democratic Party shut down the government because they said to us, we will open the government, but only if you give billions of dollars of funding for health care for illegal aliens. That's a ridiculous proposition.
So they could not agree, and then the shutdown had to happen. Now, the major thing is this shutdown is going to impact negatively on people's lives. Yeah, some will have to go on leave without pay. Some will have to be laid off. Some, and in the air, it's flowing that the government is saying they might fire some non-essential workers. Through no fault of theirs, they would probably lose their livelihood. And those who are considered as essential workers still will go to work, all right, but wouldn't get paid. However, those that couldn't reach the agreement for this to go on, those that were voted for to run the country, that failed to do this, will continue to receive their pay. So the president will be paid, the Congress people will be paid, and all those people will be paid. But then those that are going to take the huge hit will be the ordinary citizen. Like, how fair is this?
Imagine this. Congress can't agree on a budget, the government shuts down, and millions of federal workers get fired. Sounds extreme, right? Is it going to happen? Here's why that would be unfair if it does. Federal workers don't decide the budget, Congress does. In every federal government shutdown in history, workers were furloughed, not fired. Once funding returned, so did their jobs and back pay. Civil service protections in the law guarantee fairness. Mass firings would break those rules and devastate families who rely on steady income. Plus, losing their workforce would cripple vital public services that we all depend on. So in my opinion, firing federal government workers during a shutdown doesn't solve the problem. It punishes the wrong people, actually. What do you think?
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like. And you all know Russell Vought. He's become very popular recently because he can trim the budget to a level that you couldn't do any other way. So they're taking a risk by having a shutdown because of the shutdown, we can do things medically and other ways, including benefits. We can cut large numbers of people out. We don't want to do that, but we don't want fraud, waste, and abuse.
I just heard something that Trump said. Here's what he said. We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible and bad for them, and irreversible like cutting vast numbers of people out. Well, there it is. Trump admitted himself that he is using Americans as political pawns. He is admitting that he is doing the firing of people if, God forbid, it happens. He's using Americans as pawns, as I said.
Some people are really afraid. Some people are really panicking because they might just lose their jobs because they are not essential workers. And it's in the air that non-essential workers might get fired. Or when they are laid off, they might not be called back. And their livelihood is gone down the drain. They have to feed their family, their kids. They have to pay their bills. pay for rent and all that? Where are they going to get that from?
Remember I told you I got laid off in November 2024. It took me until May 2025 to find a job. It took me to mid-July 2025 to start the job. And now it is September 30th, 2025, the day before the fiscal year closes and ends. And the government may shut down. And I have found out that I probably won't have a job or getting paid at least until the government opens back up. So not only did I have to deplete all of my savings to like survive for the continuous months that they did not want to hire Black women or fund contracting, I finally got a job, finally almost got back financially stable. Now I have no clue what is going to happen tomorrow. We've been working from home for the past week because I work in finance. So the last week of the FY is always an upsurge of work. I just asked my manager, what is the like plan? And he doesn't know. I asked my company program manager, what is the plan? She doesn't know, but my company sent out a PR memo saying that if the government shuts down, we do not get paid from our contract, we don't continue to work, then we can take up to 80 hours in a negative PTO to cover our salary. Hopefully the government shutdown doesn't last over 80 hours, because after that, I don't know, I have to take LWOP and not get paid or to get back paid.
Meanwhile, the job market is also down. People are already losing so many jobs. And then now the shutdown is going to cause even more people to lose more jobs. Like, how fair is this to the ordinary person? Yeah, so guys, this is an unfortunate news. I just want to know what you think in the comment section. Do not forget to like and share the video as well, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Bye.